How do I tell my BF this news? BF told me from the very beginning, don't get married. Back when we first got together, you let me know how things would be. I said yes because that's what I thought I wanted. I have since grown and learned, and I have changed my mind. There was never going to be an easy way to tell you. I understand your commitment to your mother, and that's admirable. You're wanting to care for her. I wouldn't ask you to change that. I hope for you that whomever you do decide to be with can give her whole heart to helping you with that. I know for me that I cannot do it. I have been faced with the decision to care for your mother or care for myself. I cannot do both. And as much as I love you, I need to do the right thing for both of us and end this. I know you won't leave your mother, and I wouldn't ask you to. I wish you all the best. Goodbye. Because I fear for your safety. If you're going to try to say anything in person, I hope you have friends that can protect you. Him having anger issues makes me afraid for you. You could ask for him to leave once, but when he picks her, like he told you he would, you'll need to be ready. It'll be up to you to really stand on the decision to take care of yourself. Hello, I am the universe! Exclamation mark. GIF. If he gets raged over the simplest things, just think of what it would be like if you married him. Even if his mother wasn't living there. It sounds like he could use some counseling, but if it were me, I would dump him. You shouldn't. Also, he was straight up from the start. You can't change that. You should just break up with him, tbh. Sounds like a difficult situation. You don't want to live with this woman and he does. Also, you state in other threads if you fight he won't talk to you for days. I can't tell you what to do, but I wouldn't want to move in with a narcissist and his narcissistic mother. You know what you're getting into, so either learn to do everything their way, which won't work, because goalposts will move constantly, or find a different relationship. The only personality type that works with a narcissist is a masochist. Good luck. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. Your boyfriend has a very bad temper. You say rage over small fights. Run for just that reason alone. You will be on your toes trying not to trigger his rage throughout your married life. Run. You will literally ruin your own life if you stay with this person. Imagine having a child with him and then being forced to stay in contact for the kid's sake. Get out now. You shouldn't be afraid to speak to your future husband because he has rage issues and is codependent with his mother. Red flag. Red flag. I'm telling ya, kid. If he can't control his emotions like an adult and can't peel himself away from his mother, you're in for a marriage of misery. Please reconsider and seek solo therapy. Good luck. You can't marry someone who is already married to his mother. From what you've written, you're scared to talk to him because of his rage and he's unnaturally attached to his mother and expects you to live with someone you hate to hear the voice of. Please leave this man and his mother. There are plenty of men out there that won't have you walking on eggshells and are decent and emotionally mature that you can disagree with without the silent treatment. GIF. If he's rageful over small stuff now, imagine 5 years down the road? Or worse, you get married and he and his mother gang up on you constantly. Leave now, while you still can, and your finances get all mixed together or kids become involved. Make sure to tell your family and friends about the breakup and how you're afraid of him raging out because of this. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. Ditch him now. This will not end well. So you know you need to break up with him. He has flat out told you he will not live without his mommy. Break it off and walk away. He may say he can do it, But you know his mom won't allow it. I walked away from a mama's boy. We were engaged and I realized I would be marrying his mother and not just him. I noped right out after that realization. Have him meet you in a public place. Coffee shop, bar. Outside public area. Bring a friend with you who can be waiting in the car for you. If for some reason things go really bad, she's there to call the cops or just drive the getaway car. If you're too frazzled, but be ready to go, no contact. Leave him. Rage people tend to hit their partners. Leave before it's too late. Let him live with his mom. Many people are telling you to break up with him, which I agree with due to his anger issues. But I'm going to give you advice on the question you asked, which is how to tell him. First, do this in a public place. Although it might not be best for him or in a normal circumstance. Your safety comes first. Maybe pick somewhere public-ish. Like a park. Not necessary somewhere super crowded. And maybe somewhere near a police station if he gets that level enraged. Or even at home when your parents are home. Don't ride there in the same car. Have an escape plan. Maybe even have a friend near on standby. As far as how to break the news to him. You said that he told you from the very beginning that he wants to live with his mother. What you need to do is make it a shit sandwich. Start with positive. Bad news in the middle. Positive at the end. You told me from the beginning that you want to live with your mother. I love you and understand that. I agreed to this at the beginning. However, now I feel that things have changed and I would like to live alone. Then you say why you want to live alone. I wouldn't insult his mother or say specifically the things she does that upsets you. As it seems he will take it personally and or try to gaslight you into thinking the things she does to upset you are not a big deal. You can say that you don't always see eye to eye on things or something like that. The closing is most important. Tell him that you understand that he might not be okay with this decision but that you will not budge. You can't leave room for him to try to rage his way into you changing your mind. You should close the shit sandwich by saying that you understand how much he loves his mother, which is why you sat him down to talk about this, and that you respect that he can make his own choices regarding this issue. Then you take control of the fallout, rage, by saying that you will be ready to speak with him about it when he can speak calmly with you about the situation. Even if this means you walk away. He needs room to process and you deserve to be spoken to with respect. Only, do not engage with him if he gets angry. It will not lead to a positive outcome and it teaches him that his rage gets a response. I'm sorry you're going through this. Good luck. You need to be clear with him now that you're not going to live with his mother. Honestly, if he gets angry over small fights, I would suggest that you not do it in any situation where he has the opportunity to abuse you. Talk about it in public or call him on the phone. Don't let him derail the conversation with his anger. You might even go so far as to write a script of what you want to say, so you can get it out before he tries to go off on an anger tangent. I have to be honest though. Do you really have a future with this guy that doesn't involve the gradual erosion of your soul as you accommodate living with his mother, a hair-trigger temper, and always being the second woman in his life? Love isn't enough to overcome stuff like this. Edit. Having just looked at your other posts, this guy is not good for you. He's not being a grown adult here. Trying to live with him in the long term is going to kill you. Please do future you a big, huge favor and just end this relationship before it gets worse. I share my life with a man whose mother is a narcissist. One important difference between you and me is that I didn't know she was a narcissist when I met her son. I didn't even know what narcissism was. I'm from a different country than they are. So in the beginning, when my future mill was being quite hostile towards me, I just thought it was a cultural difference. Although she knew about me, I didn't even meet her in person for the first 5 years of our relationship. And now I wish I hadn't met her at all. And when I moved to my partner's home country, she was trying to hide my existence from all their relatives and was telling lies all over the place so that nobody wouldn't find out about me. Me and my partner moved in together and were seeing his parents weekly. Whenever I tried sharing something to them about my life or my country, my mill would get excessively defensive for a reason I just couldn't fathom. At some point she complained to her son that I keep talking about myself and thinking I'm better than them. Afterwards she started complaining because I wasn't talking at all during meals. I wonder why. Narcissists don't love anyone except themselves. And anyone in their lives is just a tool for them to exploit. My partner's parents wanted him to live near them, probably so that he could take care of them when they get old. And with a bit of lying and coercing, persuaded him that we should go live in an apartment right above theirs. Ironically enough, I completely accidentally came across an article about narcissism and realized my mill was a raging narcissist, just when it was too late to back out of moving to that apartment. Having her as a neighbor, I believe just living in close proximity of her has fucked up my mental health. Especially before finding out she's a narcissist. Though I was doing something wrong and that I was to blame for her behavior towards me. It was a total mind fuck. I had to start antidepressants at some point, and that helped me to put things into perspective. I've put up some boundaries, which basically means I only see her if there's no way to avoid it. We have a young child who I'm allowing her to see only because my kid still loves her, and is probably the only being in the whole universe who does. And it seems that my mill doesn't dare treat her badly because she knows for a fact I'd totally cut her off. My child is at an age where she's starting to doubt some things her toxic grandma is telling her. Trying to teach my kid to be selfish, to speak impolitely to her grandpa, etc. Fun times. So it seems that she's soon to be done with grandma's BS too. A big part of the problem is also that everything my partner knows about family life, he's learned from his narcissistic mother. It's taken quite a bit of time, conversations, therapy, and being amazed at seeing other people's actually functional families for him to see that a large part of his life and his beliefs about life in general are twisted by his mother's sick reality. For your partner, what his mother has ingrained in him is his reality, and it probably seems completely normal to him because it's the only reality he's aware of. It's not his fault, but it's not very likely for him to be able to see that his mother's behavior is not normal, or that living together with his mom is not normal. Ultimatums are almost never a good thing. But I just can't see how living with his mother would cause anything but misery to you two, dooming your relationship from the beginning. In hindsight, I wish I could change our past decisions and instead now not have any contact with my mill. Edit. Paragraphs. TLDR, nope out of this situation as fast as you can.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.